Hey everyone, this is Renee from iMore, and I have the 6-month-old iPhone 5.
I'm Kevin Mitchell from crackberry.com, and this is the BlackBerry Q10. Yes, it is a smartphone with a keyboard, and it's brand new.
Alright, so here we have it, the iPhone 5. Everybody knows about iOS, everybody knows about iCloud. This, Kevin, though, is the new hotness.
This is the new BlackBerry Q10. So, BlackBerry, after many, many years of waiting forever, they came out with a new operating system, and they're making it available in 2 flavors. So you have your full touchscreen device, which, looks a little more like that.
It's an iPhone-like experience.
It's an iPhone-like experience. But everybody knows BlackBerry and thinks of BlackBerry in this iconic form factor. So, among the BlackBerry fans, the 78 million user base, a lot of them, the vast majority, have been waiting for this phone.
So what is this stuff at the bottom? I don't recognize that.
So these are buttons.
Okay.
People love to push buttons, but it is a physical keyboard. BlackBerry has gotten rid of their traditional, row in the middle between the display and the keyboard, which was where you had a menu key and a back button and that trackpad for navigating the OS. So now it's a full touchscreen experience like...
Well, I see icons. I see icons here and I see icons there.
So they've kept the launcher that everybody knows, that's familiar, and that's what the old BlackBerries had too. But they've taken it next level with something called Active Frame. So, just to show you the experience, when you open an application, there's no home button. You swipe up from the bottom to go back to your home screen, and what happens is your open apps get minimized. So I can open up, my calendar here just to show you the experience. And then they're all about the hub. So the hub is your unified inbox on steroids, which brings together all your communications in one. So for a phone that has a keyboard, especially if you're buying this in the year 2013, it means you value communication. And that's what the hub is all about. So whether it is your, text messages, email, BBM, Facebook, tweets, LinkedIn, etc., it's all accessible in this one stream, which you can get to from anywhere. So, if you're in the calendar app and you see this red light start to blink, you can swipe up, see a teaser of your notifications, actually swipe into the hub, and see what just came in, decide if you want to take it or just ignore it and go back to what you were doing.
I have little red circles.
You do have little red circles, which BlackBerry used to have little red things too.
So the Predictive Keyboard on the Z10 was really nice. It would show you letters and stuff. What do you have in terms of data entry here?
Yeah, so you have your keyboard. You can still turn on suggestions if you want it. But you don't have to. So, and here I actually do have it turned on because, if you're not a great speller, this is what I love though. I can be myself, if I want to show off my personality, I don't have...
So there's no like damn you autocorrect?
There's no damn you autocorrect on this thing. You can choose to use it or you can just ignore it, which is great.
Because you have the keyboard, you do have a smaller square screen now.
Yeah, which is bigger. It's a 3.1 inch display, 720 by 720 pixels. BlackBerry with this particular display actually went with OLED, which I know we've been debating back and forth on a lot, but this
better battery life, but it's a little bit bluer then.
It's a workhorse phone. So what they said is, look, we know the people buying this, they're heavy communicators. The last thing they want is a dead battery. So they actually stuck a really big battery in it. It's 2100 milliamp hours. You can't do that, right?
But
so
mine, on the other hand, it is aluminum. So it's nice build
It is
quality.
aluminum. This is a glass weave, which actually feels really nice.
Yeah.
You don't, not slippery. And then of course between a big battery, the OLED, just a smaller physical display, also OLED technology, and then they've gone with a dark theme on the OS, which is different than the Z10 or the Z10, which is all white on an LCD display. They're trying to squeeze everything they can out of the battery life.
So we've called these phones yin and yang, and they still really are. Like, this is still an app-centric, entertainment-centric, full-screen, landscape monster, and this is sort of going back to BlackBerry's roots.
This is, not abandoning BlackBerry's roots. They've always been, I think, a communication-focused device, and that's exactly what BlackBerry 10 is about, is never losing focus that this thing is a communication tool. Obviously, when you have a physical keyboard taking up this much real estate, you're buying it because you value communication, and then the OS really complements that.
In the old days, the thing, and I've actually seen this all the time, BlackBerry in one hand, iPhone in the other hand. Do you think we're still going to see that, or do you think that people are going to start picking one or the other?
I think for a lot of people, I consider those people BlackBerry users, right?
Okay.
Because they have a BlackBerry and they picked up another device to complement the crappy web browser, all those kinds of things that the historical BlackBerry was known for lacking.
Okay.
BB10 really addresses that now. The web browser is fantastic. The app selection is much better, but of course it's not at iOS levels yet. So it's going to really depend on your specific circumstance, if the app you really need is there or not. Still has the blinking red light though, which people love. You can't really miss it.
With me, it goes on. I never check it, so it just remains always on.
It just remains, but it's nagging. It's burrowing its way into your brain. So I think it's just going to depend on who you are, but overall, I mean, this is the BlackBerry experience that we've been wanting for years.
And put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Keyboard Q10 or full screen Z10?
So,
or both?
Or kind of both, but honestly, I spent the last year getting to be really good at typing on touchscreens, including the iPhone 5. And I find now, you know, before, I felt if I didn't have a keyboard, I was sacrificing something. I would write shorter messages. Now on the Z10's keyboard, I'm so fast with it that the minority of times when I run into a hiccup, it doesn't drive me nuts. So I'd probably go full touch.
Nice.
But a lot of people are absolutely going to go for this. This will be the phone that doesn't get talked about a lot, but you're going to see all over the place.
It's the workhorse.
There's, you know, 50 million people plus who are going to upgrade to this thing in the next few months.
I actually like this more than almost any other phone just because it is so different. If I don't want an iPhone, I don't want an iPhone.
It's iconic, right? This is when people think BlackBerry, you can spot it across the room. It's the yin and yang, right? There's a place for both these phones.
If I ever went BlackBerry, it'd be this phone.
There you go. We'll switch. There you go.
There we go. This is Renee from crackberry.com.
And Kevin from iMore. How did I know? This thing actually feels not bad.
These buttons don't go away when I play a video.
It's warm though. You got hot hands or it's a hot phone?
I know. It is a hot phone.
There we go.
So that was the iPhone 5.
And that is the BlackBerry Q10. You can visit crackberry.com/Q10 to learn everything about it.